Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Hadithi Zetu. Na niko na mdau, niko na yours truly, amenijoini katika hii conversation. Imekataa kutana.
If you want people to see me, just show them like, yo, hi,
What's going on?
what's up?
How is your Sunday afternoon? Msifikirie ni recorded. Hii nayo tunaichapa saa hii vile mnaiona. Kwani ni kesho?
Kwani ni vita hiyo?
How are you doing? How are you? By the way, one more time, asanteni sana for holding it down. This is, of course, Hadithi Zetu, and here we talk about food, fun, and fellowship. And we say, man, marriage works, but it works. My name is Muhadia. And you are?
Wewe, bujiite jina yako.
My name is Muhadia.
Muhadia.
And you are?
Muhadia.
And you are Mwangi.
Muhadia Mwangi is my name. As you are confused.
Kama title venye nasoma, yes, for no particular reason, we just thought, why not do a video and just say hi to you guys. Tujue mnaendeleaje, kasande kanawapelekaje. It's been a minute, hatujakuwa hapa pamoja sote. Yeah. So how is that going? Kana kupelekaje? Yeah, comment. Let us know how you're doing. And utuambie kana shiki huko pande gani. What do you do on Sunday afternoons? Mnafanya gaje Sunday afternoons? Yes, but tukifikiria jio story ama tukikungoja, we are very excited because of the community that you guys have been. You have been amazing, you have been friendly, you have been you guys are just the best. Asanteni sana. 900 and how many?
63
963 of you
followers. Wow.
Asanteni sana kwa kutufuata. Bila kujua tunawapeleka wapi, but you still follow anyway. Haina noma. Follow us as we follow Jesus. I will see you. What are you learning about marriage this week? And what are you hearing God say about marriage? One of the things that natuliuliza swali last week, by the way, why did you, for the married people, why did you get married? To the single
Why
people,
are you married?
why do you want to get married?
If at all you want to get married.
If at all you want to get married, why do you want to get married?
Yeah.
To them that don't want to get married, why don't you want to get married?
Tuambieni.
Man, si crave to have these conversations na nyinyi mkijibu sisi tukisoma tukiendelea. But wacha tuone venye itakuwa. Tuchape story ama tuache? Tuchape story ama tuache? I just got reminded that was it 3 years ago? 3 years ago, this week, a week like this one,
3 years ago. Today is July. Oh yeah.
Today is not July. Today is 18th.
18th July, exactly.
Was it 18th July?
No.
Yes, tunasema this week, 3 years ago. So I think it was on 10th ama 11th. Nitaangalia. But tulifunga safari. Tukaelekea nchi ya mbali. And mimi na mrembo tulikuwa tu hapo and tulikuwa tunajimuamua tu. And one beautiful morning one afternoon after church. I took her to a mall somewhere and I popped the big queue. Nikakauliza.
Ka.
Siwe nikadem kama
Ah.
nikakiuliza. Basi unataka niseme.
Natoka hii live ubaki peke.
Nikamuuliza. Will you get what did I ask?
Will you get married?
Will you marry me? Will you marry me? And she said yes. Nda kujua what was going on. And why I just remembered this story. No, you have to talk. People complain. What was the matmiu bonga mob kukuliko? Why I asked this question is because today a friend of mine just proposed to his fiancée on Zoom during Andoa class. How
Corona
cool.
times.
How cool.
Corona.
How cool.
On Zoom.
Yako ilikuwaje? What goes on like when you propose to or when a lady hears that question? Because you see, the Jama has been thinking about it. Nanifua to chapa story. The Jama has been thinking about it. So my question now is, where as a lady, so my assumption is he's kind of ready, but where as a lady, ndio unasikia story for the first time.
Kusikia story gani like?
Will you marry me? Not maybe for the first time, but umeulizwa, will you marry me? So normally what happens?
Well, you see, I can't speak for everybody.
That's why I'm asking. Yako ilikuwaje?
Like nobody is ever prepared for that. I mean, you're always hopeful it would happen, but then I don't think we are ever ready for that, because sometimes it comes too early than expected. Sometimes inakuja kama uko prepared. So I can't really put a finger and say this is how somebody feels, because it depends. It depends with different people. Like for me, it was a surprise. Like say walinitoa kwetu wakanipeleka to some foreign country. Mi najimuamua tu hapo na nafikiria tumeenda sijui vacation. In fact, I'm thinking it's my birthday week, so I mean, what is in my mind, we are going to celebrate my birthday, because that is how we would our birthdays we would travel, and just because we love traveling. So nothing of that sort. Like I wasn't even thinking he's going to propose. Mi niko huko, tumeenda, tumejibamba. They shout out to our friends, Mama Max and Max manze, nini wase wa nguvu. Mmetushikilia sana, and we thank God for you guys. Yeah, I remember
it was on 15th July.
Oh my God, today is
18th. Tumepita na siku tatu. It was on 15th of
How
July.
did we...
2018.
So 15th just passed like that and we didn't even celebrate.
It's because we were fighting. 15th was
you
also,
just had to blow
but I posted something on Facebook, but 15 was also, we were celebrating 11 months in marriage.
Imagine you guys were
exactly 11 months.
Old.
Alafu, we are counting 30 days. On 15th, we were counting 30 days to our wedding anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot.
So like we have how many days to our anniversary?
We are now left with like 27.
Guys, we have less than 30 days to our anniversary.
What can we do? What do people do on their first anniversary?
I'm so excited.
When we were getting married, we had an idea. You remember tukitoka kwa AG? How... Oh, hiyo story sasa tumemaliza.
No, so you're cutting me short.
Okay, sawa. Just carry on. I was reminding you of the date.
So I even lost my thought process. Oh yeah. So see tumefika place tumeenda, and niko tu, like I'm suspecting that I was zero. Yeye amekuja na mabeshte zake, sijui ananiambia alikuwa amekuja kufanya nini, but me hata sishughuliki. I'm in a foreign country. Who wants to know why others are coming? Nobody has time for that. So ameita mabeshte zake walikuwa ngapi? In fact it was to be a whole team. So I hear wengine hawaku make it, but I think like 2 of them.
So when planning for this trip, so this was not a surprise. The trip was not a surprise,
Yeah.
but the details were the surprise. But when planning for this team, at some point she paused and asked me, by the way, si walike so and so, see he should be coming. Kumbe in my planning, I had planned that so and so actually comes. So and so is Frank D. And Frank D
Oh, yeah.
was actually supposed to come and take photos. So nilikuwa nishabonga na Frank D and I asked him to prepare, and he will be coming to take photos on this one. So then she asked me, why not go with Frank D? I would like us to take a few photos. And I'm like, yes, exactly where I wanted her. And then she asks me, after some days, she also asks me, is so and so now coming? Now so and so again is Malosh. So she asked me whether Malosh was joining us on this one. Manze, I told her he has other plans, but let me see how this goes. So apparently he was also coming. So I went and I told him, now what you need to do is let's create and make it appear as though you are still going to that place, but you will not be with us because you have a business meeting somewhere there. So on the day we were traveling, she insisted that we travel together, but I didn't want it to look so obvious. So I insisted that he was to travel alone and we had to go ahead of him. We got to the border and we needed to, we chose to wait for him so that we can travel the rest of the journey together. But to this point, she still thinks he's going for his own, reasons. So we got there very late at night, and she asked me, "So are we going to release him?" When now this is happening, I'm looking for something to convince her, or I'm asking myself, so how do I tell her that this guy actually will spend the night with us? Of course, he's part of the crew, but she doesn't know he's part of the crew. The rest of us, we all know he's part of the crew. So we are there, and she asks me, so how about instead of him going to sleep in a hotel, how about he comes and spends the night with us? And we had decided that if she doesn't insist or ask, we are actually going to get him a hotel room and meet him on the day that we are proposing. So change of plans. I asked my friend, where would you like to go with us to where we are spending the night? And he was like, okay, fine, if you insist. Spoke to the host, and the host was willing to host, and we went there. And the following morning, he's supposed to wake up and go to his meeting. So we asked ourselves, so how about you just meet with your person, your client, online? So we decided online is how we're going to do things. Let me send him what I was to send them, and then I will wait for their feedback. So we spent the whole day on Saturday waiting for this feedback that was not coming. And Saturday flew. Oh, we were also looking for bundles. And now we had to spend the night again with him. At this point, I'm wondering, kwani ujiulizi why he's still with us?
No, there's something about knowing each other and being together, all of you. So for some reasons, I didn't even want him to leave. Niko naona akienda sasa tutabaki tumeboeka, and then we have to constantly keep on asking ako aje, ako poa. So me I was just thinking ako sawa tu akiwa na sisi. So like nothing crossed my mind, like I was zero. Like, guy, ushaikuwa zero. Like, people are planning things about you. Hata wanaweza kuua na ukose kujua. That is how clueless I was.
Saturday night, we spent the night together, and it's now Sunday morning. We are preparing to go to church. Kijana wenu amepiga luku moja safi.
The funny part was, Frank D is taking videos, and I'm like, I'm not even asking questions. Like, I've woken up, nimekuja kwa sitting room in my sleeping garment, nimechukuliwa video, I'm preparing, I'm being taken videos, and I'm not even asking questions. Mbona mnanichukua hizi videos? Mi niko tu, like, I was just zero. Like, zero, guy. Na najua, kila mtu anajua, the hosts wanajua, these are the crew yenye tumetoka nao Kenya wanajua, but me.
All this time, our plan is very intact. Our plan, things are going just as they are supposed to. So after service, because we went to church, and then after service, we now went to the location. There's a beautiful mall, and on our way there,
No, I remember on Saturday we went out at some point.
oh
Kutembea tu-
yeah,
but now you guys were looking for a spot na mi sikuwa najua.
on Saturday we are actually going the same mall. So on Saturday we go to the mall where this thing is supposed to happen, and she has no idea, and we are with her there. Now see how God, acha nikwambie venye God plan vitu zake. So while in that place, we were looking for some time off. We just were looking for a way we can just help her and be on our own, so we're able to make a deal, strike a deal with a restaurant, or a restaurant there. So all of a sudden she disappears on us. Ulienda wapi?
No, see, I was exploring the mall. Alafu Frank D akanifuata, he was taking photos. So tukaenda tu, I don't know. There's nothing particular.
She disappeared on us, and I was like, yes, this is it. We have a window. I don't know how much time, but this is the only time we have to actually strike a deal with this restaurant. So it was a Chinese restaurant, and was it a restaurant or a place? It was a Chinese place. Okay.
It was a restaurant, sort of like a joint just for eating.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how to
It
call
was a beautiful Chinese
and it had our colors.
yeah, and then this place had our colors. This place had mustard
white,
and, imagine.
Ooh.
So I go there, I strike a deal, I tell these guys, Kesho is going down and we are coming. Buddha. I am crossing my fingers she doesn't show up. Just when we finished striking this door, organizing these guys, and we leave the place, guess who appears? Yours truly. She appears and we are like, ulikuwa wapi? Tumekutafuta nini. So let's go home. We go home, we did some
annoyed.
Yeah, we did some zinaitwaje street food. Ilikuwa supu. We did some street food, and then we went home.
That video.
And then we went home. So the following day, sasa is Sunday after church. The youth of that church are aware, and the family, our host, we all now went to this place. And all this time, she's asking me.
We went to so many places. We went to church, then left church. I don't know.
In fact, I remember on Sato, I remember you asking me. She was just getting worked up because she doesn't understand why. Frank came with a camera all the way from Nairobi, and he's not taking photos. And I'm telling her, don't worry, I will talk with him. I will ensure that tomorrow, now being a Sunday, we take as many photos as possible. Sawa. So kesho we are taking photos mpaka mwisho. So Sunday comes, went to church. After church, we went to their cultural heritage, like a museum. And that place is beautiful. Beautiful, like 1,000.
Videos.
Okay. And then we leave that place and we are going to have lunch. Where? At the mall. Wasn't very far. Now, when we enter the mall,
No, there's like a part you've left.
okay.
So tukitoka kwa that ka heritage place, si tunatembea, like we decided to walk to the mall because it's not far. And me with the lawyer in me. Niliona msee wa kuchoma mahindi.
This is what I wanted to talk about. Endelea. Sijaisahau. So dem akaona mtu wa kuuza mahindi manze. Akaona msee wa kuuza mahindi
They're
kwa
not
gate.
chills even in foreign countries. Mahindi lazima tu.
Akaona msee wa kuuza mahindi. You know what she did? Aliamua lazima nikule hii mahindi na amnisho. Na sasa tunaenda kukula lunch, tunaenda ku-eat out. So sisi tukaingia. So tuko huko mbele, tuko huko ndani, I'm asking Audrey ako wapi? And they are telling me ameenda kubai mahindi. And I'm like, perfect. Perfect. Because when we go to the restaurant that we had booked, there was somebody seated at the exact spot I had reserved. So seems like our deal is done. Like, and this guy it was actually a chick, and she was waiting for her guy. So they are not in a hurry. I mean, this is not ending anytime soon.
And they can't chase her away.
And we can't chase them away. So I go there and I reorganize now with the restaurant and my crew, and we tell them now when she comes this way she will sit. We will act like we are doing a mini shoot and all that. Organize this, organize that. Oh, alafu music. This is the music I want you to play. So give them music. I had Bebad music from Nairobi. So give them music. And this was a collection, like our special list.
I got to that restaurant. In fact, nikiwa nje, I'm like, gosh, ebu here, they're playing our music. Like, I'm just like,
and I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, tuingie hapo. These guys are playing our music. Kumbe ni
Little did she know.
plan.
Yeah.
You guys.
So Sisi yao, and we were waiting for her. So I had insisted in the morning that she carries some special shoes. I have a fetish for boots. So I insisted that she carries boots. And she came to the restaurant in doll shoes.
No. No sneakers.
Oh, in sneakers. And I insisted you have to go back to the car and get your boots. We are about to take photos and aupigwe na hizo sneakers. Na si ati sneakers were bad, eh? No. Sneakers were just fine. But I wanted the boots. And she doesn't know why I want the boots.
Like, yo, these things are very high. Like,
yeah, so...
Who wears boots? High boots in a mall.
So, she comes and she brings her boots, and it's now time to do the shoot. So everything was so well planned. We are seated there. She sits in this like a hammock kind of thing, and
it was sort of, what do you call it?
It was a hammock.
A hammock, yeah. Mimi najibamba tu kivyangu tu huko tu. Napigwa picha, niko sawa. Wewe ushaita shoot ya free wewe. Ushaita shoot ya free.
And now the idea was akitan. I go on my knee and pop the question. So I go behind her, and Frank is doing photos from the front. I'm behind her, and I tell Frank, Niko sawa. And Frank tells me, sawa basi. I turn her, like a hammock swings there. It can turn to any direction. So I turn, and she slowly now faces me. I go down on my knee, and I ask her the question with my ring kwa mkono, and she didn't know what to do.
I was speechless. Like for a millisecond, like I went mute.
To the guys here who've never done this and you're wondering what normally happens or not, what normally is going on during this time, let me let you know. Uh, the whole process is not an easy one because one, you're not sure whether she's gonna like the ring. That is one.
Or
Number
it's gonna
two,
fit.
you're not sure whether the ring is gonna fit, and especially for me who had tried fitting or getting her sizes and I had not succeeded for a long time. Number three, you're not sure. Oh, so how do you get the ring size? Just buy ladies normally have rings they just love playing with. Just pick one of those and steal one of those and and get the measurements. Okay, just do what you have to do to get the measurements because you can't get the measurements wrong. So number three, you're not sure whether she will say yes, and that alone, hata kama mmedate miaka ngapi, she might say no. Siri ni don't propose until hey,
What's
Mambo.
up, Sarah?
yes sir. Good to see you, Sarah. Yeah, so you don't know how she will react or how she will take it. So to the Jamas, do not propose to her until you are sure she's into it. Don't propose to her as a way of saying sorry. Don't propose to her as a way of like a surprise. You've never had where Sarah
Kwani
we look alike.
tumeshaanza kufanana.
Sawa, don't propose to her kama haijaiva. Sawa, hii deal lazima ivane. So what do you do? From the word go, start preparing her and be sure that she is into marriage. One, and be sure that she has interest in settling down with you. Sawa, warm it up like way before. Start having these conversations. Know where she stands, know her positioning, and now make it look like wewe hata ndio umechelewa sasa. As in, not in a bad way, but wacha ikue you've prepared the grounds enough and you're only waiting to launch. Or what can you tell the guys? Guys, yes.
Guys.
Majama,
Just the
what
same
do,
thing you've said. Cause
why do girls say no?
she's probably not into it. One. Secondly, maybe she's not ready. She said she wants to get married, but maybe at that particular moment she's still not ready. And like you said, don't propose to someone cause you want to say sorry, ama you unaona nisipomwambia saa hii anaweza toka aende na mwingine. It's never a good reason to propose to someone, because I mean this is somebody that you've been with for some time, umemjua, and inakwanga poa kujua where you guys stand first before you propose, because mademu sema hapana, and there's nothing bad as proposing to somebody and getting a no, not because that they don't love you or kuna mtu mwingine, but maybe because they're just not ready at that moment.
They don't feel prepared.
They don't feel, and
for what you're inviting them into.
we never feel prepared. Funny thing is, when I met him, I was like, you know me, I want a relationship where it's leading to marriage. In fact, I'm ready to get married. And I think we met around July. Was it July? August. Hapo. I'm starting to feel like July and August are our lucky month. So, your July, I'm already telling him the way me, if I'm dating you, it has to be something serious. It has to be something that is headed into marriage. And for him, because he's ready na hakuna kitu inamzuia, he's like, we can even get married in December. And he actually suggests we get married in December. I'm like, no, I was just saying, like, I'm not ready. I mean, so for some reasons, I don't know what usually goes on in our minds, but yes, we know we want to get married. We feel ready to get, not, we feel it's the right time to get married, but I think the word is we have doubts about ourselves, and sometimes it's just fear of, am I ready to put up a home? Because I mean, a family is a huge responsibility, and I feel like people need to think through also. It's Getting married is not for glam, and it comes with a lot of responsibility, so you really need to think about it. I think it's usually just us wanting to be sure, am I ready to take on this responsibility? Am I ready to lead or support? Because men are naturally leaders. As women, we come in as the support system. So if you get into marriage and you're not able to support this guy, hapo ndo vita huanza, and it's not good. So again, give yourself time. If you feel you're not ready, don't give, because these men read us. They read us. What you show him is what he goes by. Ukimwonyesha niko ready, he'll pop the question, and maybe you're not ready, and you're showing him you're ready. He will ask you to marry him, and then you have to say no, and it doesn't look good. So let's be intentional even with our actions while dating, that is, so that we give them a clearer picture of where we are. And
Yeah, another reason why she will say no is if you have, out of nowhere, you decide to ask her to marry you, and you've never had these conversations before. Have these conversations before. Intentionality is the key. Yes, I agree with you. Intentionality is the key. You could be very rich, you could be very like a good person, and especially wale ufikiria ati ladies want, all they want is money. You could have the money, but if it is not intentional, and she can tell it's not intentional, she will not say yes. Okay. You could be well behaved and all that, but she will still say no, because all you are is a good person, but you didn't prepare her, you didn't lead her to this place. The other thing is location. Please ensure that it's her desired location.
how would you know?
How would you know? Is my assumption is that you've dated for some time and you know what she likes. One thing I knew would work, I didn't know about so many things. I am the crazy one, and I am the one that wants to propose in the middle of traffic. One of the craziest ideas I had, Bubu, was nilikuwa nataka niende Nyayo. Sasa ile Karawa ameweka tu mkono hivi, magari zimesimama. Niende hapo katikati, tuvuke barabara hapo, and I proposed I asked the question. But you see, that would have made me a hero. That would have gotten me in the headlines. You get? That would have made me like, yeah, the guy who proposed. But maybe angesema no because she's not comfortable. Anaogopa anaweza gongwa na gari, anaogopa vitu mob, anaogopa anaweza fungwa vitu mob. So don't look for a venue that suits you. Look for a venue that suits her. So I did my research, and at this point I knew she loved traveling. So create the mood. One, she was in her happy. She was in her element. She was happy because we had traveled. Okay, so it's easier to do this when you guys are okay. Don't do it when you guys are in the middle of Zui Madagoden Zenu and you want to like say sorry with this one at ring, and then you no.
Then baadaye you're thinking, what did I just do?
Yeah, sasa hapo kutakuwa na emotions manze. Hata akisema yes itakuwa causes I mean maybe kuna watu she will feel embarrassed and all those things, and then she will say by the way I didn't mean it. So yeah, I ensured that the atmosphere and the environment was correct. So I took her out on a journey and she loved traveling sana sana sana.
It's called
And then
the journey
again,
to Foreverland.
yes. And then again, even the venue itself, I knew it was something that she would be excited about. And she was liking everything. And she loves picture. So I organized a photographer. I mean, create the mood. What I'm saying, I feel, so I am at my happiest. And then, boom, ask her, niaje, by the way, ile story, unaambiwaje, tuko ama tu, ulisemaje. So I popped the question, mtu yangu mimi nakushow hiyo ring ilikuwa under security. At some point, I gave that ring to somebody else. So that she doesn't check my bags and then find that ring there. Imagine on Sunday, that Sunday, I got back the ring and it was in my jacket somewhere. Man, nilikuwa na hope tu asiingize mkono kwa mfuko yangu aipate hapo. Cheza kama wewe. Okay? Cheza kama wewe, asiipate before.
But that could be a surprise as well. Naweza kuwa naingiza tu hapo.
Whatever you have to do, just ensure that you don't be the one you don't get surprised. So surprise her. Okay? Yeah. Manze, tension ilikuwa juu. I knew she would not say no, but I was still scared. When I went down on my knee, miguu zangu zilikuwa zinatetemeka hivi. I think
if
that's
you know
why
him, for those that know him, anakamsewa kutetemeka kweli.
I think that is why I refuse. Sarah Nafula says Holy Spirit may speak your siku anisho. Anisho. Kuna, I refuse. He will not tell you. I pray that it is not revealed to you.
Mimi nilikuwa zero. Yeah, you
my
guys
friend,
got me a good one.
Mguu yangu ilikuwa inatetemeka hivi. And that day I appreciated that idea of going down on one knee. Juu my friend, kama ningefanya hiyo kitu kama nimesimama, I think ningeanguka. Going down on one knee was the easiest thing because I was able to now the lower you are, it was able to reduce gravity, and that worked. So I popped the question and she didn't cry.
I did.
You didn't cry.
I did.
And the way you are bold, yes, imagine with all that boldness.
I did.
You didn't cry. What happened is, so she didn't cry, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? I think she's too excited. So I put the ring, and it's oversized. And then we go sit down, and I actually tell her, you know, when I asked you whether you would marry me, I was actually inviting you to A, B, C, and D. I painted the picture. Men, you will need to paint the picture. What exactly do you mean? What are you inviting her to? What are you asking her to do? And I invited her to come help me lead God's people. Help me disciple others. Help me minister. And I think at that point, maybe not because of those words, but I think it can sink. And that is when now you burst out. So I don't know what was happening at that point.
I was just like, I think I was just confused. Like, so many things were happening at the same time. I don't like ushaikuwa place kila mtu anajua kitu but you. Nilikuwa na feel too watu wako tu, everybody knows what's going on, na mimi sijui, naingia na shanga. I feel at some point I felt uncomfortable because naingia hivi, everybody's looking at me, na shanga ama have I nguo yangu imeraruka ama nimefanya, like it was so awkward. And then kidogo kidogo unapigwa picha, kidogo somebody is on his knees asking you to marry them, kidogo you are thinking for a millisecond you're just like una shut down. You're like, okay, what are you trying to do?
Go on.
Yeah, so I think ili sink in the whole I feel like the whole event ili sink in vile nilikaa chini. So now I started thinking about, okay, what has just happened? Yeah.
So kila kitu ilisink venye ulikaa chini.
Yeah, kila kitu, now everything sank. You've asked me, will you marry me? For like a millisecond I'm quiet and I'm like, yes, I will marry you. And then unaanza kujiuliza, okay, so what have I said yes to? And then we sit down and you start telling me, now this is what I'm inviting you to. And I'm like, wow, this is huge. Like ushaiji underestimate, you're like, so how am I supposed to lead people? I don't feel I have the capacity, nini. All those things start zinaanza kukam, and I think that's what made me now break down, because I'm realizing there's such a huge responsibility that I have said yes to. And again, to the ladies, when somebody is asking you to marry, because marriage is a ministry. For those that don't know, marriage is a ministry. Now God ali create marriage for a purpose. Each marriage has a purpose. So for the ladies, you need to understand, yes, this man is asking me to marry them. What is the bigger picture? What is he inviting me to? It's not about just let's get married, and you're like, yes, let's get married, and you get married without even knowing what you're getting yourself into, because a marriage that does not have a purpose will not stand. It will not stand. Sorry to say, but it will not stand, because the whole idea as to why God created marriage is because he designates specific purposes for different marriages. So you need to know, why am I getting into this marriage? What role am I going to play in this marriage? It stops being about just intimacy and getting, because when you get married, of course you get legal sex. It stops being about your emotions, how you feel. It starts, marriage has a bigger picture. I don't know
There's
how to.
more to it.
There's more to it than what meets the eye. So you need to know, why am I getting into this marriage? What is this man inviting me to? Am I in a position to support him? Because as ladies, as women, we need to support our husbands. And before you get into a marriage, he needs to paint a picture of his vision to you, so that when you're saying yes, you know what you're saying yes to.
Let me read a few comments here. Laura, I think we had read this one by Sarah. Men need to paint the picture. That's wise. Thank you very much. Laura Nayere. Laura!
Woo! All the way from
India.
what's up?
Manze tumekumiss. Sawa tu, God knows. It's been long, or is it me that I have been missing? Yes, it's you. Imagine si tumekuwa tukidu hizi vitu manze. Tumekuwa we've been doing this. Sarah also says, those are wise words you are saying, Mrs. Dante. I guess many of us ladies don't really have that revelation about marriage. We miss the point about marriage. Okay?
Shukran.
Yes. So today, when we started this video, it was just a random conversation, but we ended up talking about the day we proposed, the day I proposed to Audrey, and she said yes. And this is basically a conversation around that, and a few tips for Jamaz, but also for Galdem. Okay? Yes. So, men, if you don't invite her, she will never feel welcome in your marriage. Okay? Invite her. The worst that can ever do is to go somewhere and not know your assignment. Okay? Imagine umepata kazi noma, like your dream job, but then they just called you. They didn't tell you what you're coming to do. It's your dream job, but they didn't tell you what you're coming to do. You're just there. You wake up every day, you go to work, and then go back home. You will be very uncomfortable. You will be very, very uncomfortable because you don't know exactly what you are doing there. Men, as you propose, it's a good opportunity for you to invite her
Have a
into
vision.
something, into a territory. Okay? Now that leads me to another point. Before you propose to her, before you tell her that you want to marry her and all those blah blah blah, and actually go buy a ring and go on your one knee, it is very important that it's clear to you what you want. Be clear on what exactly you want her to do akifika kwako. Okay? Let it be clear to you. If it's not clear, you're not ready yet. Sawa. Be clear.
Because then what would you be inviting her to?
Yeah. So if it's not clear to you, what are you inviting her to? So it has to be clear to you. Yeah, so that's it. That's what was going on for us. I knew what I wanted. I was ready. And you can never be 100% ready, but ni kuamua tu. And that's what love is, by the way. You know, love is not a feeling. It's not what you feel at that point. Love is a choice. It's what you have chosen to do for the rest of your life. It's not what you feel at that point. It's what you're choosing for the rest of your life. Okay? So I was inviting her into that, and she said yes, and I have never been happy. That was my happiest days of my life. I mean, it was one step of many, and she said yes. I was so happy. I was so excited. Yeah, let me know whether we have any questions before we end this broadcast. But that was our story. Asanteni sana for joining. Yes, tumezipokea hizo my love hearts. Asante sana, asante sana. Thank you very much. Who did that?
I can't even.
We can't tell. That looks like Laura. Is it Laura? No, it's not Laura.
No.
That's Luap. Yes,
up?
that's Luap. Yeah. So that's it.
Sarah says, wow, I'm learning a lot. God bless you guys. If there is one thing I admire about you guys, is the consistency. Wow. Thank you so much. Asante sana for always tuning in and always following us. We are glad that you're part of this community. Loap. Woo! What's up? How do you survive your different personalities?
We don't know. We
Woo! One, kwanza, God will never give you someone who is the same exact personality as you.
I think unaweza pewa.
Rarely.
Yeah, it's very rare. Most
Rarely.
couples wanakuaga shua kama sisi. I am extremely extreme. I am
He's an extreme extrovert.
and she's
I am an extreme
introvert.
In fact, kuongea ni yeye tu. I wouldn't even guy. I wouldn't speak in front of people. Niko najificha tu pale kwa kuimba because I don't get to talk directly to people. But yeah, this is what marriage does. So I get to tone him down kidogo and he gets to make me be loud.
Yeah, so now that we are able to create our own thing, okay, our own vibe. So and thank you very much Luap for saying that we are very rare. Yeah, in fact hakuna mwingine kama sisi. They are both rare. Now why I wanted to get married is so that and in fact I would, to anyone desiring to get married, I mean, go for it. It's the best discipleship class. I mean, it's the one place that you get to learn about things that you will never learn in school. You know, marriage exposes who you really are. Marriage brings out your true you, and you are left to only, learn. Okay. So when I was planning to get married, my desire really was to grow, because I used to hear that a lot, and I wanted to. I mean, if there's another class that can really help me become the person that God desires me to be, see me, I'm in. So I enrolled and I got here. Now, how do we survive is the question I am answering. I realized that I'm not like her and she's not like me, definitely. But I can't be here and always be the one talking. I have to be not even that. I can't like, it's not something to be proud of and say mi ongeaga sana, and you have to allow me to be that. When there's that, there's also the place where I'm asking myself, what can I learn from her? The worst would be to die and be out of her life and nikuwe sija learn kitu. Okay, so I need to constantly be on the lookout on things I can learn every day. And for me, ni kunyamaza tu saa zingine niache abonge. So for me, I am learning to tone down. I am learning to punguza. And for her, even bila kuambiwa, and because I've seen it, I am learning to she's learning to speak up. She's learning to be a little bit more talkative. Una get? And together we make a vibe that is rare. Yes.
Yeah, like you said there.
So go ahead and read the comments.
Why can't I see? Yeah. You too also. I didn't even know Dante loves yellow until Audrey came.
It's not yellow. Acha madharau, si yellow. Yellow ni mustard haija make it, una get? Bado mustard haijaomoka. Mustard ni yellow imeomoka.
It's called mustard.
It's mustard yellow.
Brother, inaitwa mustard yellow. It's
mustard yellow. How did we love or come to appreciate that color? We were walking, tulikuwa Madaraka huko Nairobi West. We were walking and I asked her, by the way, kwa harusi yetu one day, it was kitambo, ungependa color gani? And then she said mustard yellow and white. I googled mustard yellow. We don't know what's happening. Yeah, I googled mustard yellow and white and I loved it. I love bright colors. So yeah. it's a color. Mustard yellow actually symbolizes energy. Sour. And I feel like that's me. I feel like that's basically me, energy. So I like it. We will end this video here, but I would like to hear from you guys. What stands out for you?
Yeah, and we asked a question for the married people: why did you get married? Kindly share with us. For those who are not married but intend to get married, why would you want to get married? And if you don't want to get married, why wouldn't you want to get married? You can help us read that comment.
Laura says, some of us wonder if we will get partners because our personalities were. Personally, I'm an extreme go-getter, yani I dream and get it done. So if I tend to feel like a man is slow in decision making, I drift away. Again, you need to
Marriage
ask
will teach you to stay.
yes. Again, you need to ask yourself. So why are you getting yourself into a relationship? Okay, is it so that you can showcase your go-getter skills, or so that that can be tamed? Okay, and it is not bad to be a go-getter, but one of the things that go-getters need is patience. Maybe God is putting there somebody slower than you to teach you patience.
Because I'm slow. Sorry to say, not at slow in, how do I say? Because of my personality, I tend to be very specific, very thorough, very detailed. Attention to details. So that slows me down. And my husband here, he's like you. He's a go-getter. He's like, let's get it done. Like, ni si tuko na resources, let's do it. And I'm thinking, no, ngoja kidogo. Let's get into the nitty-gritties of this thing. And you see now, because of our different personalities, there's a side I see that he doesn't see. And if I'm able to bring that out, we are able to come up with something beautiful. But if he's in a space where he's like, you know me, mi ukuanga hivi, mi sipendi kufanya vitu slow, we will never move, because everybody has a part to play, especially when it comes to a relationship or marriage. And God intentionally puts you somewhere or with somebody to expose some habits that he would otherwise want you to change, or he would also want to tame some personalities that are loud. So he will put you in a space where that growth will happen. So you need to be attentive, you need to be intentional, so that you're able to learn. Yeah.
I mean, relationships are to help us grow, and God loves you so much. He desires that you learn something, and that is why He created relationships so that people grow. When I hear people saying they don't want to get married, I hear them saying,
I don't want to grow.
I don't want to work on myself." Okay, and you can be let me tell you, you can be on a and people who are married here, people like Luap, they will tell you, you can be single and think you are doing a good job working on yourself until you get married and realize, kumbe, you are just you were actually it was very little, it was a very small percentage of working on myself. Marriage helps you see things and details that you couldn't see. It actually exposes you, okay, like in a good way.
Yeah.
So I am the kind that wants things done ASAP. My wife here, like she said, is slower. I have to constantly ask myself, what do you want me to learn from this one, from this thing, from speed yake, when you come slow? What is it that you want me to learn? And I realized that he just wants to teach me patience. He just wants to teach me patience. So I agree. I have gotten mad about it. We have fought about speed many times.
And growth is uncomfortable.
But I also would tell you my patience has really grown, okay? Because I am intentional in asking God, what do you want me to learn from her? God could have given me somebody else who was like me. Alafu ndio we affirm each other, we complement each other, tufanane, watu waseme venye tuna speed the same and all those things.
Then what's
God,
there to learn?
then what's there to learn? It's not even fun. You get? So he knew that what I needed was breaks, and he gave me breaks. He knew what she needed was somebody to, push her, and
Not push, like, okay, yeah, lack of a better word.
yeah, like challenge her, and
Because sometimes I tend to get too comfortable with
yeah.
pali niko.
Mm.
When it's too comfortable, it gets dangerous. So yeah.
Sawa. So Laura, don't leave yet, because he's slow. Maybe that is a lesson. Okay. Maybe that is the lesson. Where was that comment?
Chini.
Kiasi too, we are trying to read your comments. Yeah, I see it. Luap says, do a hadithi yetu on personalities, like 3 episodes. We will have to do that. We attempted sometime. We will have to do that. And by the way, we are on YouTube. Go on YouTube. We are not sure what we are doing there, but by subscribing and liking our content, if you like it, itakuwa a way of you telling us you're doing a good job. So yeah, and sharing our content. Kama hii video, if you feel like sharing it, share it for free. Luap says, what are the things Dante appreciate you took time to decide, and if it was him, ingekuwa noma, vice versa to Audrey. Umeget?
Like, what are some of the things? Like, what do you usually wish ninge decide haraka that I don't get to do that, in asking vice versa?
Okay. Yes, some of the things that ningependa udecide haraka are, and especially
No. What are the things Dante appreciates you took time to decide? As in nini nishai take time to decide.
As in tungeenda my way, ingeharibika.
That's what he's trying to say.
Vitu mob. Mostly vitu za kubai. Sawa, I may not remember one thing, but sana when we are buying something, maybe I wanted to get, this thing. Like now, when we wanted to buy, let me not go to the details, but sana in how when we are purchasing something, she will take her sweet time, and then we will realize, oh yeah, by the way, hapo tungegongwa. Sometimes she will tell me, no, usibai, ama usifanye, and I'll be like, aje sasa, and then we realize actually that was the best idea. So her processing has saved us a lot of money. Her processing has saved us a lot of issues, and I truly appreciate that. Nikikumbuka an incident, I will share. Okay, nikikumbuka one incident, a clear one, I will share, but it happens so many times. Yeah, I will share. And you?
No, see, maybe vice versa. Like,
ni nini ningekusikiza tungeshinda hapo.
No, vice versa. Nini ungenisikiza? That's what I need. Usually, how do I say it? I can't think of an incident, but especially where goals are concerned, I'm usually very slow. I'm usually very slow to make decisions, or to buy into an idea. So sometimes he comes in handy kunipush, kuniambia, we need to do this, na hii timeline, because him timelines work for him. Me sometimes mu weva kidogo. So I feel like, where especially family and leadership, in terms of the whole family is concerned, he comes in handy, because now things get to be done ASAP and we get to meet timelines, as compared to nikisema, acha nifikirie, let me think about it, and we miss an opportunity. So for him, that has helped, especially where we have opportunities coming in and I'm maybe afraid or reserved for my own reasons. He gets to put me on my toes, and like, you see, tukisleki tutamiss hii opportunity. So his quick decision making traits have helped us in that area. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I hope tumeweza kujibu hiyo. The other one, he says, very true. I didn't know myself fully until Princess came. So amazing. We've had amazing. I don't know how long this was. Maybe an hour and a half or an hour. But I'm so happy that we got to do this. Some of the things that my wife here is hesitant to is doing videos like this. Many times anataka tu anyamaze tu, and I'm like, apana, me I feel like we need to do a video. We had scheduled to do a video, and let's do a video. And tukianza, I actually I'm like, wow, I am glad we got to do this. Hapo nao ningekusikiza, hatungeweza.
I'm usually the reluctant one.
Yeah, and especially on issues that need us to speak, okay? And so you have to learn your partner and understand really ni wapi wako na weakness and how can you cover them, na ni wapi pia wako strong and how can you capitalize on that, okay? So it has to work. You have to look for a way on what works, so that you don't get hurt and so that you don't hurt the other person. Sindio? Yeah.
It has to work, guys.
It has to work.
It has to work.
It has to work.
Yo, but you need to put in the work as well.
Now, wisdom pia. Sometimes I will do a video alone because I realize we are due and she's not in a position to do a video. So instead of waiting for her to get ready, can I go ahead and do a video? And not to expose her and still cover her. Okay? Can I still go ahead and do a video and still cover her, so that we don't lag behind as a channel? But because I hear God saying, niaje, say something, na pia kuna zile akisema I don't feel like doing a video, I'm like, okay, sawa basi. So ni wisdom, a lot of wisdom and listening to what the Spirit is leading you in doing. The only time I would advise you to leave a relationship because somebody is slower or because somebody is not your type is if it's ungodly. Okay? If it's ungodly, bounce. Usivumilie uvunde latrine ukiexpect itaanza kunukia poa kesho. Sawa. Wapendwa, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of God, fellow storytellers, tunawapenda sana sana sana. And if you love us, do us one favor, share this video with somebody. Let's pray it reaches more. We love marriage. We believe marriage works. And we would like to spread the same message to many people out there. We will not be quiet because we are only 11 months in this. No, we believe we have some 11-month experience we can share with somebody out there. But another reason why we do this is because for people who are married longer than us, Akina Luap, who are married for many triple the number of times we've been
Yeah.
married, the number of duration we've been married. The idea really is to pray that through our sharing, you'll be reminded of things about being young in marriage, and how you can rekindle and bring your love back to freshness or the first times. And we will continue doing this.
Yeah, like today I felt so refreshed because we did Ndoa like a year back, and some of the things that we are doing, we are privileged to actually facilitate Ndoa this year, and it's such an amazing experience because you get to see other things in a different perspective from how you viewed it back then. There's always something new to learn, and that is exciting.
Did you say we didn't know a year ago?
We did Noah.
A year ago. Many years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Hadithi Zetu. My name is Dante with a H at the end, and this one right here is
Muhajia Mwange.
And we are the Who's and Who's, or you can just call us the Mwangis. And this is Hadithi Zetu, where we have food, fun, and fellowship. We say marriage works, but new works. Kaboom!